Welcome. I am marketing expert and business coach Melissa Kellogg-Lewick, and this is the Doing Business Like a Woman podcast, where we are exploring and teaching you how women are reinventing the way business is done and money is made to help you create greater impact and financial freedom, one business at a time. Well, hello there, ladies. How are you? I hope you're having a fabulous day. I am having a great start to my week. I'm trying a new way of planning out my week and my schedule. And so I'm doing the recording of this podcast on a different day, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm doing well. So just coming off the weekend and ready to get a new week started. And I have so many fun things happening and lots of projects this week that I'm excited about. So, and it feels like almost like spring a little bit. Our weather is really nice. And so I just love that feeling of like the optimism and promise of spring, even though I know that winter is probably going to slap us in the face here later this week when it snows. But anyway, we're going to enjoy this gorgeous weather for now, and we are going to enjoy being together on this podcast. So thank you so much for being here. And if this podcast is something that you have enjoyed and do enjoy listening to, I would really love it if you would take a moment sometime and just rate it for me, maybe write a review. And I would love to hear that. I read all of those, and I would love to hear from you. And it also helps other women to see this podcast, and so we can help more women and spread the word. So in the meantime, it is February. This is the month of Valentine's Day. And, we think all about love, and, it's all red and pink. And so I am talking this month all about love and marketing, and how marketing is a way that we love our audience, a way that we love our business, that we love our clients and our clients that are coming to us. And so this week, I want to talk all about loving consistency. And this is another, what some of you may be thinking, an oxymoron, right? Like, how do consistency and love go in the same sentence? Well, I'm going to talk all about that today. And because I hear a lot about this from women that I talk to, and it's usually around shame of not being consistent enough, of being bad at being consistent, bad at marketing, all the ways that we tell ourselves that we're not doing it right, not doing it well enough, right? And I know that comes from a lot of experts like myself, and that you may have been told or taught that you should be consistent in this particular way, and you're not able to get that done. And so you feel guilty about it and shameful about it. And so that's what keeps us a lot of times from being consistent, is just that shame standing in the way, or that fear that I'm never going to get it right or whatever, right? So I want to just put all that out on the table, put it all out on the table that we all at one time or another, me included, am ashamed that I'm not being more consistent, and feel like we're not doing it right, not doing it enough, and that is actually really holding us back, right? And then, of course, we can have shame about that. But today, we're going to wipe the slate clean and do something completely different when it comes to consistency. And I'm going to ask you to consider a new way of thinking about consistency. And then I'm going to teach you how I have found to be consistent, so that you too can create some consistency in your marketing. We're going to talk about why that's important, right? It's not just because somebody else told us to. There's an actual reason deeper than that. So we're going to talk all about that. So this is how I like to think about consistency. And this is what I teach to my clients, that it is, we do a lot of work on this and thinking about this in the 90-day marketing accelerator that I run each quarter. And it is one of the foundations for building a relationship with your audience, right? And you've heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again, that marketing is simply creating connections and relationships with other humans, right? And so in order to build a relationship with our audience, with the people in our sphere, consistency is part of that, right? It allows people to connect with us and to grow to know us and trust us. And that is really important for building a business and attracting new clients. So if you want to grow your business, you always need to be meeting new people and creating relationships with them and building those relationships, right? And so part of that is being consistent. It's consistently showing up to build a relationship. And it's just like if you were building a relationship with a romantic partner or a spouse or a friend or a family member, right? You consistently are checking in with one another. And so I thought, first of all, we'd start out by defining what is consistency, because, I'm a word nerd. So I'm always like, okay, let's just really define it, right? Because, especially with words that a lot of shame is tied up in, I think it's really helpful to just clear the slate. We're going to start from scratch and say, what is consistency, right? Or being consistent. So consistent, or to be consistent, this is according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is marked by harmony, regularity, or steady continuity. So just let that sink in for a moment. It's marked by harmony, regularity, or steady continuity. So when we think about that for marketing, doesn't that just sound like so delicious? Like feeling that harmony, that regularity and steady continuity. And that's really the part of us that we want to bring to our marketing, right? Because that's so attractive and so trustworthy, is being in harmony with who we are and what we're about, having that regularity of what we say and what we do, and that steady continuity, right? I just love that definition. So consistency, for the purposes of today, we're going to be saying that is marked by harmony, regularity, and steady continuity. So from there, let's just have a little awareness. And so I just encourage you to think for a moment about, why are you not being consistent? Right? Is it out of fear? Maybe that it might bring in too much business or too much success. I know a lot of us have that. We have that fear of success. Or are you not being consistent because of shame? Like, well, I know I should be posting on social media 4 times a day, but I can't do it and I feel ashamed, so I'm just not even going to go there. And that's totally valid. If we are feeling a lot of shame and pain around consistency, of course, we're not going to want to put our hands on that stove anymore. Or maybe you're not consistent because of it takes too much time, or you think it takes too much time, and you don't have the resources or the tools that you need to help you be consistent. So let's just create some awareness of what is standing between us right here where we are right now and this place of harmony, regularity, and steady continuity in our marketing, right? So what is it for you? So once we have that awareness, if it's anything having to do with unrealistic expectations, like oh, I expect I'm going to, release 3 podcasts a week and post on social media 4 times a day and go live and do reels and have a YouTube channel. All these things for many of us can be unrealistic expectations. So if it has to do with that or making yourself wrong, making yourself bad at marketing, inadequate at showing up, let's just toss all of that in the trash and start over. Okay. We're just starting over today. Right. So first, I want you to think about where you want to be showing up. So we're going to just set aside all the shoulds for now, right? No more shoulding on ourselves. It doesn't do anybody any good. So we can just get rid of that. Stop the shoulding and just think about, where is it that I actually want to be showing up in my marketing? Okay. And because you're going to have a much greater success rate in that continuity if you are doing something you actually want to be doing in a place you want to be doing it. So where do you want to be showing up? Do you want to be networking? Do you want to be on social media? Do you want to be showing up for, on email, doing email marketing? Think about the places, the ways that you want to be showing up. And then I want you to think about how often is important to you and what do you think it takes to be consistent? Because if we're thinking about marketing as creating a relationship, building connections, and you want to be showing up consistently in order to build those relationships, not just because some guru said you should, then how often is important to be building relationships with people, right? Because the fact is, you're always going to be able to find evidence of successful people and or experts that are being more consistent than you or less consistent than you, and they're earning all this money, they're so successful, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't about their business or how they're running their marketing. It's your business. It's where you want to be showing up and how you want to be showing up for your clients, for the people that need you, that want to work with you, right? That want what you have to offer. So how often do you want to be showing up for your audience to build that relationship? What do you want to keep up with? What are the activities you want to keep up with? And how often do you want to be keeping up with those? And this is our invitation. This is my invitation for you of that decision point, right? What is the decision that you want to make about your marketing? Because at the end of the day, marketing is simply experimentation. So if you make a decision, or when you make a decision, you say, I'm going to show up here, here, and here. I'm going to do it this often. And I'm going to, do it this frequently with this kind of consistency. That's my decision. And you go out and try it, then you get to measure what the results are, right? And if the results are not meeting up to your goals, then you have to reevaluate and make some changes. So maybe it's creating greater value, but showing up with the same consistency and frequency. Or maybe it's showing up, more frequently in a specific activity that works really well for you, right? So you get to decide and create that decision. And then I want you to think about, what do you need to support you, right? In that consistency. Do you need time on the calendar? Because that really helps me. And I've had to really play around with how I schedule that time. Maybe you need technology that's going to support you. What are the tools that you need, right? Or what kinds of tools, what kind of help regarding tech and tools do you need? You know what I'm saying, right? And really just think about, how can I set myself up for success? Because I know what happens a lot of times. What we do is we're like, okay, I'm going to post 4 times a day on social media. I'm going to record live videos and I'm going to post them to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to do this and this and this. And we have all of these plans. We make a decision. That's what we want to do. But we never ask, how can I set myself up for success? So then those things don't get done. And then we end up feeling like crap because, we didn't do what we said we're going to do. So part of the decision is also having that awareness of how you can set yourself up for success and really getting down for me to the brass tacks of like, okay, I want to do a podcast every week. I want to do social media every day. When am I going to do that? Like, when is it on the calendar? Right? And yes, I can still have inspiration. But if I'm going to load up my calendar with 100 different things and then feel like crap because I didn't get 100 things done, that's just not fair to me. Right? So let's be fair and nice to ourselves. And even if you set the bar really low, that's okay. If you say, okay, the bar is low, I'm going to post on social media, 3 times a week or 2 times a week, even once a week. And you go out and you do that and you begin to experience the satisfaction and the pride in yourself of doing what you said you're going to do. Then you can always, once you start to really get in the habit of that, just create the habit with small steps. And once you create that habit, then maybe you want to try twice a week, right? Just because you create a standard and a decision doesn't mean you can't change it. So I would just encourage you, because I will tell you 100% that showing up in a consistent manner, whatever it is going to work. Okay. It's going to work so much better than showing up, really, really frequently for like a week. And then no one hears from you for a month because you're like spinning in overwhelm because you just can't keep up with that cadence. Right. So set yourself up for success by creating a consistent or a cadence of consistency that you can maintain. And so it doesn't have to always be spread out evenly. It's not like, oh, I'm going to post once a day, for example. It could be, I post a whole bunch on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no one's going to hear from me. That's okay, right? You get to decide whatever it is that's going to work for you in your calendar and your schedule and everything else you have going on. Just set yourself up for success there. That's really the bottom line. Okay. And so, think about what you need to support you. Do you need time on the calendar? Do you need additional technology? Do you need some other tools or skills? And I'm actually going to have a live this week on social media where I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite tools that I use to support consistency in creating content. And I want to share those with you because they've really helped me out and I think they could help you as well. So if you're not following me on social media, make sure and go to the show notes, and all of the links to the social media channels are there. And so I will be appearing there. Okay. And then once you've made your decision, once you have set yourself up for success, then it's just about practicing, right? It's practicing week by week, day by day, keeping up with the plan that you created. I want you to give yourself grace if you fall down. There's no shame. We don't need to shame ourselves because remember, shaming and criticizing and tearing ourselves down is not going to make us better. So get back up, set yourself up for success once again, make changes if you need to, and just keep on keeping on. Because as you build your consistency muscle, as defined by you, you will build trust with yourself. You will build trust that you have your own back and that you're safe with you, even when you're not perfect, even when you're not 100% consistent. And please, please, please celebrate yourself and your consistency when you do achieve it. Because whatever we celebrate, whatever we focus on, we're going to create more of, right? So just allow yourself to feel that pride in yourself for sticking to the plan when you stick with it. You can even celebrate when you fall off the wagon and give yourself grace and forgive yourself for that, right? And then I promise in time, you'll see the benefits to your business. You'll see the benefits to the relationship with yourself. You will trust in you, and you'll also see the benefits on your bottom line, because being consistent and frequent in creating relationships with your audience and with potential clients will create more money in your business, will create more clients. So, and once you are feeling that trust in yourself, you will even feel like going bigger in your business, right? You'll feel safe with yourself and safe to go bigger and be seen more, show up more. And so this is the formula for loving consistency and loving yourself and loving marketing. And I know it works because it's worked for me. Not that I'm perfect at it. I am still inconsistent from time to time, but I think that I have come a long way, and I'm really proud of that for myself. I'm really proud of my clients and how they have learned to show up and learn to trust themselves, and learned the importance of creating connections. And you can too. I know you can. And so, like I was mentioning earlier, this is the work that we do and coach on in my 90-day marketing accelerator. Doors open for our next round in March, and we'll kick it off in Q2, which is April. So if this is work you might be interested in doing and learning more about, make sure and hop on over to the website. The link is in the show notes, and get on the wait list. And we'll be sharing all those juicy details coming in March. But for now, I want you to just consider consistency, consider that harmony, that being there for you and trusting yourself to get out there and create those relationships and be a great provider of your service. And I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. If you like this podcast, then you have got to sign up for my free on-demand video training, Grow Your Sales Doing What You Love, where I teach you in depth my simple process that you can implement right away to harness your mindset and your skills to grow your sales to whatever level you want. So go grab that now. The link is in the show notes, and I'll see you next time.